So I'm Dr. Namrata Upadhyay. I'm a dentist by training. I've worked in the MedTech space quite extensively in my corporate journey. And now I have founded my company where I connect dental product companies with clinicians. My board journey basically began when I realized that when I was at my past startup, I was sitting in a board meeting for the company where I served, and I felt like it was the most natural place for me to be. And it was quite the opposite to an imposter syndrome. It was an absolute knowing that this is definitely where I am meant to be. I can see myself continuing to work on the other side of the table as an actual board member. So the decision to be on a board was very, very easy for me. It was only a question of how do I get there now? So what I did is I was scrolling, I think it was LinkedIn, and LinkedIn has been my guinea pig, platform for many, many years. And I've always used LinkedIn as a way to test and see how much traction I can potentially create for my own profile. When I was on LinkedIn, Veblen happened to land on my feed, and I immediately connected to a similar event just to learn more about the program. And from there started my journey of gaining the knowledge, building my network, and then growing that network. I currently hold two positions. I am a board advisor to Veblen itself. So I work with Callum and his management team as part of their advisory board. My job is to essentially support them in conducting the business, managing the member pool. And I also sit on another board called Grace to Grow. Grace to Grow has been more of a social endeavor on my end. It's to serve women globally who are underprivileged and are seeking role models and guidance on how to come out of their difficulties into a more empowered state. So these were the two board positions I currently have. When I think about where the businesses of tomorrow are headed based on my own experience, I believe that we are going to become a strong community-led community in itself, because we will seek communities that reflect our values. And that brings me to an important point, because when you want to reach out to boards, when you want to start your own journey, first of all, you start exactly where you are. You start with wherever you are. You are ready if you had the thought that you want to join a board, right? The second part is that you now want to seek the people that you want to become. So you want to seek that community that reflects that vision that you have for yourself. And that is where Veblen steps in. At least it did for me. When I went into Veblen, of course, there was the educational part. I wanted to quickly upskill myself on what's the lingo that people use in boardrooms. It's like a huge mystery in the beginning. It's like, are they even speaking English? Do they speak another language? But then once you take that program, you're like, oh, okay, I can get a hang of this. It's pretty much what I know. And then you add on top of it, you're like, oh, I didn't know about this. Okay, now I know more. And then the next part is really the community, because now you have access to other people who are skilled in their own unique spots. And now you get to add to that community through your own unique skills, your own unique profile, and build from there by becoming a collective group of like-minded individuals. And that's where the magic starts. So in addition to, the continuous education is what builds the leader within us. So I will say that keep learning, unlearn what you need to unlearn so you can make space for the new stuff to come in. Surround yourself with the right people. The community is there to help you achieve that. And then from there comes down these 5 components that, okay, I've got the foundation ready. Now, how do we build on top of this? How do I grow this? So to Callum's point, it comes down to your profile. As I said, LinkedIn is my guinea pig. I've been experimenting with LinkedIn quite strongly over the years, and I like to see what works and what doesn't. And from there, I started updating my profile. I used to change my heading and test it from time to time. I still do. Board advisor is definitely there. And that makes me feel really good because it was on my plan. I made it happen. And here I am now helping other people, right? When it comes to connections, Weblen is a community and the network allows you to tap into highly experienced professionals, right? When you are connected to the right people, you can start sharing knowledge. So there's the theory, and then there's what people talk to each other about. Both of them are knowledge because you're learning and you're absorbing in the process. Regardless of how long you've been working, your age, it doesn't really matter. You want to surround yourself with different styles of conversation, different communication methods, different business cases, different challenges from different people. And then you want to sit back and you want to say, okay, what do I know that I can help this person with? So either you kind of offer knowledge based on technical skill, right? Or you offer your network. And both of those are equally valuable. But in my opinion, if I had to choose, network is really where your strength comes as an advisor. How do you build that network? You continue building your profile. You are always seeking to meet new people, like-minded people. You have to make space in your calendar for these conversations to happen. And you have to dedicate a certain time every week just to grow your network. And you're going to see it in a long-term vision. You're not going to see it as, oh, well, I tried for 1 month, nothing happened. So, well, I guess it's not for me. No, you really need to keep building it. You need to have a long-term vision that this is what I need to do to become that version of me that I see in 10 years, right? Value, I bring the focus back to the bigger picture and make sure that the team doesn't forget it. So when you are talking to teams, when you are in a board, you have to be able to navigate very gracefully the ability to bring focus back to the core problem. In the beginning, you might be skilled at this already. Good for you. If you're not, you will have someone in that room who will do it better than you. And you want to use that information to teach yourself and then to do it yourself in the future roles that you'll hold, whether in your own business or whether on someone else's board. So surround yourself by the people you want to become. Listen, act, and then grow. You want to leverage every skill you've got. I'm a dentist. I also love MedTech. That's unique. I am unique because I am one of the few people who can talk about anything in the clinical world. Plus, I also know how those devices that I use in my clinic are made. So my niche is MedTech, and I own it, and I post about it, and I talk about it, I promote it, and now I'm building a business around it. That's how you build a strong profile. So to Callum's point, you don't want to hit too many salamis on the wall and hope that one sticks. You have to think it through, and then you have to put in consistent action to make sure that, you have that goal and you actually reach it, right? The higher up you go on your board journey, paid or unpaid, always be the person who brings direct value more than just words. So that's where my personal value comes in, my motto that I use in life and in business, which is be the guide, not the hero. In that statement, to me, it reflects number one, patience. You pause, you reflect, you see what is the true core issue being presented in front of you. Is it really the problem that is being presented, or is it something deeper, right? You want to then build a communication style where you allow the management, especially in small businesses, if you're working with startups, you want the CEO or the executive team to be relaxed. They don't need to prove anything to you. You are there to help them. You are their guide as an advisor, and you are stepping up in that position as they can trust you and you trust them. That's a good place to start. In that process, you continue building your network. So just because you got a board position doesn't mean that, okay, well, now people will come to me because I got 2 board positions on my profile, so I don't need to work anymore. That's not the truth. You have to keep at it, keep that consistency going, because the goal is to really get be of most value as much as you can to the right companies where you see your fit and where they see you bringing a lot of value from your knowledge and your network. Future goals for me, as I mentioned, looking for MedTech startups, ideally in the dental niche with my knowledge and network. I bring so many people by this point, both from the clinician world and the MedTech side, especially in Europe and USA, which are my two areas of deep network. So my next goal is, how can I leverage this and step into my next role, which is more niche specific to my expertise? And in that process, I'm also building my business, growing it, continuing my LinkedIn efforts, continuing my profile, and then speaking to people like you who want to do it next. So, anytime that you need to talk, I'm right here.